Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win, or you find a way to lose. How's everybody doing? Hey, look, man. What's going on out here with boxing right now? Where's my microphone? I got the damn microphone over here. Yo, what's really going on with boxing right now, man? Make sure y'all like and subscribe, become a member to the channel. If you enjoy talking about boxing, because that's what we're back on. We're going to keep doing our stuff and talking about the other things, but we back on boxing, man. Yo, Moses Itauma. This man was supposed to fight in like December. They were talking about Usyk, Chisora, a couple different names. Supposed to fight Franklin, and now he's injured, and some people are saying that something seems off. The secret society's in full effect, and Moses Itauma has some funny business going on. I don't know, but I'll say this. It's a setback. Him being injured right before the Jermaine Franklin fight is a big setback. But it's also a reminder of where he truly is in his career. He's a young guy. He's a talented guy, clearly being positioned as a future heavyweight star. He gets busy. Moses Itauma will tranquilize you. But Franklin was going to be his first, what some people feel, real test because he's durable, he's experienced, he's a gatekeeper, and he shared the ring with elite level heavyweights. Now, the energy from Moses Itauma going into this fight has been outstanding, but the injury has paused his momentum, and more importantly, delays what many people say is the truth. Fighters like Itauma look spectacular until they're hit by someone who doesn't fall over. Now, to that I say in the most respectful way, hey, yo, hold your horses. Let's not take it to the stupid. Franklin represents resistance, durability, and professionalism. I like Jermaine Franklin. I just don't think he beats Itauma. Itauma's too explosive, too powerful, too quick, southpaw. The injury doesn't mean Itauma isn't legit, but it does remind fans and promoters that development still matters. Rushing young heavyweights has ruined careers before. This delay might actually protect Itauma long-term, even if it frustrates fans short-term, because they feel that maybe, just maybe, he needs a little more preparation. But all you can do is trust what the people are telling you about him being injured. It's hard for anybody to verify it. But one thing for sure is, when Moses Itauma gets in that ring with Jermaine Franklin, he better be ready. I think he wins relatively easily. But if for some reason they underestimate Jermaine Franklin, Itauma could find himself in a fight that's way more difficult than anyone has expected. Now, Keyshawn Davis. He's got a big fight coming up, man, and some people feel he's overlooking Jamaine Ortiz. They're saying that's some dangerous energy, man, to be out here overlooking a guy like Jamaine Ortiz. And I'll be honest with you, I agree with that. Keyshawn Davis talking about going up to 147 pounds, and he still got Jamaine Ortiz right in front of him. You know what I'm saying? I just think that's very dangerously arrogant. And it could be, stupid, as history has proven. In boxing terms, when you have a fighter who overlooks an opponent, bad things happen. Jamaine Ortiz, I don't care what nobody says, he's not a tune-up. Awkward, defensively responsible, mentally disciplined. He's the type of fighter who makes stars look average. You saw him go in there, man, with Teofimo Lopez, who didn't seem to be all the way locked in, made him look kind of crazy. I do think Teo did enough to win, but Teo didn't do any damage. It's just Ortiz didn't let his hands go enough. If Ortiz would have thrown 15 more punches around, he would have won. But the thing is, when a fighter starts mentally skipping weight classes and legacy conversations before handling business in the ring, boxing has a way of humbling him. Keyshawn Davis, man, like I said, in every fight, he's getting better and better and better. Ran into Edwin De Los Santos. Something led to something with the weight. Something with a scuffle over his brother's loss. Something separating from his trainer. And something to where he is now. New trainer, new team, and already seems to have this new bright idea about after he debuts at 140 going right up to 147. Let me just tell you this. He can get his ass humbled. He needs to be locked in on Ortiz. Because one thing about Ortiz, he doesn't need hype. He just needs an opportunity. And he knows this may be his last big chance to crack off one of the big names in boxing. Although Keyshawn Davis has less than, I think, 15 fights. The man's a silver medalist from the Olympics. and he was a champion at 135. And a lot of people feel that he's that next wave of talent that's coming through. He's going to be around for a long time. So this is Ortiz's opportunity to get a big feather in his cap. But if Keyshawn overlooks him, he risks becoming another example of a talented fighter who believed his own hype and believed his own press way too early. Talking about 147, when you haven't separated yourself at lightweight, tells fans, your mind might already be drifting. Lightweight, junior welterweight, light welterweight, junior welterweight. Yeah, he got to focus because, man, he out here talking about so much. He seemed to be happy and in a good space, but man, I just really hope he's locked in on Ortiz. Now, speaking of Keyshawn Davis' friends, Shakur Stevenson. Now, some people think I'm crazy for saying that Shakur's going to beat Teofimo. I'm not saying he dog walks him. That's a very difficult fight. That's like I'd say almost a 50-50 matchup. But I just think Shakur is going to find a way. But if he does defeat Teofimo, and that's an if, because Teofimo can fight, the conversation about 147, it really becomes inevitable because he has talked about going up. Not immediately, but he has talked about it, right opponent, right weight, rehydration clause. He said he would do it. Now, Shakur is one of the most technically gifted boxers in the game right now. But look, man, size matters. And he's going to welterweight at 147. Fighters are just bigger, man. Adrian Broner learned the hard way. All that talent at 130, 135, 140. 147, the guys were just too big, too strong. And Adrian Broner was still doing the business. But it's just, I think for Shakur, guys are stronger, more physical, less forgiving. Him jumping to 147, it may be a mistake. But he's got the skills to pay the bills. He wants to test himself, and I think he should go for it. But the smart move would be to try to clean up 140 first, build physical maturity, and let the division settle. Talent-wise, though, Shakur can compete with anyone. Physically, that question hasn't been answered yet, and that would be my concern for Shakur. Now, who would he fight at 147? What makes sense? I mean, well, Conor Benn and him have gone back and forth a few times. So I think from a business standpoint, yes. From a competitive standpoint, I think it just depends. Conor brings a lot of aggression. You saw it when he fought Chris Eubank Jr. Conor Benn has name recognition. He has controversy. He has a whole country behind him. But he also brings stylistic risk. He's fast, explosive, and emotional. But stylistically, when you look at it, Shakur is a nightmare for Conor Benn. Conor Benn can't fight going back. And I think he would find himself going backwards because he'd be missing Shakur, and Shakur would be touching him up, and Conor Benn would become hesitant to let his hands go. Conor Benn likes to bring chaos in the ring. Shakur neutralizes chaos. And that's the thing. If Ben can't have chaos in the ring where he can thrive, he's going to struggle. So if Shakur was to move to 147, Conor Benn's the type of fight that would get the headlines buzzing. It would sell, or it makes sense early because it's big money without being the most dangerous stylistic matchup. But I would just say this. If a fight promoters... this could be a fight if promoters want to get behind it. But I do think they would love to put this together. But I think because of the money, but hardcore fans would probably question whether it proves Shakur belongs with the elite welterweights. Because Conor Benn, he still hasn't really proven himself at welterweight. I personally think him coming to welterweight against some of the elite Conor Benn, I like Conor Benn, but cutting that weight from 160 down to 147, I just can't see him being as explosive and powerful at 147 than he was at 160. My opinion. Then you got Nikita Tszyu, Tim Tszyu's brother. I've been talking about him forever. I'm going to keep talking about him. He's going to be facing Michael Zerafa this Friday. You're talking about a reality test. Zerafa can fight, but so can Nikita Tszyu. I mean, it's a serious test. This is no showcase fight, no BS. Nikita has a Tszyu name. He has the aggression and the composure of someone raised around elite boxing, but Zerafa is rugged, experienced, not intimidated by last names. Zerafa has been in tough fights, understands how to disrupt rhythm, and isn't there to admire pedigree. Nikita Tszyu has the skills to win. He's got the dog in him, but this is about composure under fire. If Nikita can control range, stay patient, and not chase the knockout, he may get the win. But If he gets emotional reckless, Zerafa can turn this into a dogfight, which is what Nikita Tszyu does not want. And Nikita Tszyu likes a dogfight. So I think this fight would tell us whether Nikita's just a name or contender in the making, because he's moving up the ranks. Now for Gervonta Davis. Gervonta. I support Gervonta 100%. We don't know what's going on with him. We don't know what happened with him, with issues with his baby mothers, the girls he was dating. So even I think guys like me need to do a better job of not being so quick to want to say anything about it except kind of innocent to proven guilty and support him. Now, of course, that doesn't mean I'm condoning domestic violence. That just means let's let the dust settle to get the facts, because I think most of the time when we go and comment, we don't have the facts. So for Gervonta, I just want to wait and see what's going on, because right now he's facing another warrant situation, and it's exhausting for fans. It's probably exhausting for him and damaging to his legacy, to his brand, to his name. Talent-wise, Tank is one of the most gifted fighters of this generation, man. But greatness isn't just measured by knockouts. It's measured by stability, discipline, and availability, man. Every legal issue chips away at momentum. Every headline outside the ring overshadows what he did inside of it. Fans aren't questioning his ability. Everyone knows Tank can fight. He gets busy, you know what I'm saying? They're questioning his decision-making. Boxing history is filled with fighters who had everything except control over their own lives, man. Professionally, they're okay. Personally, they crash and burn, man. Tank is approaching that dangerous crossroads where talent can no longer save you from consequences. The question isn't whether he can fight, it's whether he can stay out of his own way long enough to fulfill his potential. Word is, the U.S. Marshal has some footage of him and the young lady he got into it with at the nightclub in Miami, I think from back in October or something. But the bottom line is they claim they got some footage and they're looking to arrest him. So, good luck to Gervonta Davis, all right? But at the end of the day, boxing doesn't just test skill. It tests focus, discipline, patience, and timing inside and outside the ring. Itauma's injury reminds us of developmental matters. But I think Itauma would be just fine. I still, you got to trust what they say, but it doesn't make sense for him to fake an injury. Itauma will whip your ass, man. As far as Keyshawn Overlooking Ortiz shows how ego can create traps. Shakir's future depends on smart movements, not rushed ambition. And then Nikita Tszyu's his moment is now. To prove he's more than just Tim Tszyu's brother. And Tank, he just continues to show that talent alone is never enough. And he just got I don't know what to say about Tank except good luck. Wait and see. Once we get the facts, it just seemed like they're just really trying to get at Gervonta, man. And, you could tell that he's a little bit temperamental. I know women can push buttons, but I just think Tank got more sense than that. You know what I'm saying? I just think he has more sense than that. But anyway, we'll see. When it comes to boxing, it's always going to collect its debt one way or the other. Good luck to Gervonta Davis and everybody else. Y'all keep cool in the